lo que tú me das, pero sé que quiero más. Desde que te vi en el club, all I want to kiss you, yeah.
We could celebrate a night. Live it all beyond forever.
Yo me voy contigo, solo cuando hielo. Come I need to feel you. Y Maya siempre conmigo. Vámonos, run away. Anyway, every place. Closer of you, I'm safe. Yo no sé lo que me das, pero contigo quiero estar. No matter, no, how far. Me voy contigo si te vas. Run away with me, yeah. Run away with me, oh. Run away, run away. Run away with me.
Baby, we could celebrate. Run away with me. Run away with me. Run away with me. Baby, run away with me.
No sé lo que tú me das, sin ti ya no quiero nada. Desde que te vi en el club, existo por ti.
I feel all the things you feel, my baby. You and me don't have to feel it.
Welcome to Club Shada episode 339. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you are in the best of the feelings. I hope you had a great weekend. This show is brought to you by ShadaWare.com, the gods of good fortune. Big up to our stream royalty for the month of November, Mr. Bruno. And of course, maximum thank you to all our sponsors. Listen, I just had a horrible news. A dear colleague of ours just passed away. A singer called Shada Tavares. Listen, learned about it 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and listen, shocking. I didn't know if I wanted to go live. Last time we met, it was at a restaurant a few years ago. I was with Bodhisattva. It was a restaurant called Café San Bento. We were in a room in the back, chilling with a bunch of artists. She's an artist that I really, really always loved. She has a song called Lisboa Cuya that I've heard millions of times. And yeah, listen, this is sad news that she passed away, and she's now resting. Let me turn off the AC, I'm cold. Yeah, listen, amazing artist. If you don't know Shada Tavares, I recommend that you go and listen to her extensive work. She's been one of Lisbon's and of African descent. She's been one of Lisbon's most beautiful voice. Great artist. It's incredible that every time you have these conversations with artists, like, yo, we should track together. Yeah, we should work together. Yeah, like, anytime, sis, call me, and then things don't happen, and then sometimes they will never happen. Listen, rest in peace, Sarah. I just spent the last 15 minutes listening to her favorite song of Mike. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, brother. You back. I just spent. I was on YouTube watching her live singing some of my favorite tracks, especially Lisboa Cuya, but there's also one called Loose. And then she has a lot of albums. For real, it is never too late to discover a great artist, and I really recommend that you guys go and listen to her music. She released her last album in 2017, and her first album was in 1996. She was really an amazing artist, an amazing voice, and listen, she will be missed dearly, but she's in peace now. But listen, this is a shockwave here in the Portuguese world, in Lisbon, because she was really loved and respected by many, if all in reality. I was talking to Buddy just now, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to go live now, because that's, this is kind of mood, but you have to keep on. But listen, maximum respect to her and to everything she has done for the music of Portuguese music, the music of the diaspora, and African music in general. She's really like one of the iconic African singer of in Portuguese. trust me, listen to it. You will discover some amazing music. And yeah, listen, rest in peace. Listen, like, yo, start the show with this. That was crazy. Like, you know, like I was about to start preparing for everything, and then thanks to the new stream royalty, Mike. Yeah, I was about to start preparing for everything, and then I just received the news on because she just passed away today, and listen, wow. Yeah. I hope everybody is doing good. I hope you like the new intro. I will change it from time to time, but I like it like this. I hope you like the new logo and the new organization. But yeah, you know how it is. What up, Ilian? I hope you're doing good. What up, Julie? I hope you're doing good. Yeah, thanks, Mike. A queen indeed. Hello, Dalia. Hope you're doing good. How was it to return to live streaming after all this time? Tonight we are live from Twitter or X. We are live from YouTube, and we are live from Facebook. So if you are in one of these platforms, say hi in the chat. I don't even know if the comments from X arrive here, but yeah, it's one of these days. Yeah, so Dalia, how does it feel to be back to the game after what, 4 months? You've been out forever. So after this somber intro, it's kind of hard to go and get on about the show, but yeah, you have to. I had 2 subjects I wanted to talk to you about, and one, I needed my guest to be here, but I think il est encore en train de faire caca. But so I'll start with the first subject, and this is crazy. You know, it is crazy because you know, it's this thing where when you are in the music industry, right, you witness things. You 6 damn months, yo. Why so long? Oh my God. Yeah, your sound was low. I don't know why. Voilà, des enfants qui dorment pas à cette heure-ci. Hein? Ça, on voit vraiment les gens qui vont pas à l'école. I'm doing great. So, as I was saying, when you are in the music industry, right, there's a lot of things that you see that you don't talk about. And there's a lot of things that you try to fix or you try to help fix. And then there's other things that you don't want to be part of. And listen, there's also some times where telling the truth about something might cost you your own career. So people, yeah, you can call them coward or calculated, but yeah, sometimes they, sometimes you just don't want to put your hand in some stuff, because I have worked with artists that were the prey of incredible evil narcissists. And when you try to help them, sometimes they bite your hand. They bite your hand. And you're like, yo, listen, I remember a specific time where this girl wanted us to give her royalties to her boyfriend, and we were like, don't do this. And then she started yelling in the restaurant, that's my money. And everybody started looking at us like we're stealing your money. And in reality, no, I was like, listen, it is your money, but we are protecting you by not giving it to you right now. When you are not, you're not gonna do the right thing. And no, we're not gonna send your money to this guy. And then in the end, yeah, that's your money. So we send her money, and the guy took all the money, and then after that he went with another girl with the money. And yeah, after that she was crying to me, and I was like, and then after that she went back to that guy. So sometimes you are with some people that are with some crazy toxic people, and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it, because yeah, who's trying to enter my door? God, these kids. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes you are with these with these people, and you are trying to tell them, don't do this, it's time to go, but they are blind. They are completely blind to whatever you're telling them, and there's nothing you can do. They have to learn by themselves, and sometimes they stay years and they go through the abuse. They one day they tell you, I'm pregnant, and you're like, from that guy? And then it goes on and on and on, and sometimes it takes them years to finally be done. And the person, you can see the person still trying to to have their claws inside of the flesh of the person. And the narcissistic person, what they hate the most is when you don't care anymore, because they exult in the pleasure of you being a prey, you being obsessed by them, you being weak. That's what they love. They love to know that they control you. But when the control doesn't work anymore, they go crazy. They hate that. And listen, a lot of the people who are in the comment sections of the internet, they will tell you that, yeah, the industry, nobody said nothing, everybody's a coward, everybody's scared, everybody prefers their career, etc., etc. Trust me, there's a lot of things that we have seen in the Zouk, the French hip-hop and R&B, in the Kizomba scene in Portugal, around the world. Everywhere I've been, in Ivory Coast, in Cape Verde, we've seen things and or we've seen behavior from some people, and we like, listen, wow. Listen, when you are in this business, you see an amount of things from drugs to people who are abusing their position of power, to beat makers who are abusing their position of being needed, to producers, executive producers, label owners who are abusing their position, to artists, female artists who are using their beauty to arrive faster to some places where you are trying to do things right. You see that not everybody is willing to follow a certain type of rules, and some people listen, it's complicated when you know, and Mike, you know all about it, right? Mike, we know and we've seen a lot of things, right? And the funniest part is when you've seen all these things, right? And there was a book that somebody wrote. I'm trying to give the less details, right? There was a book that somebody wrote, and the book didn't come out because the person who the book was about was super powerful and rich. And I don't know if it's his ex-wife or whatever. Listen, I don't want to give details. That woman wrote a book where she told like what happened the last 10 years. And in this book, she specifically talked about 2 women that we know that had affairs with her husband. And so when these came out, so the book didn't come out, but everybody had I don't know, the book leaked, so everybody had a version of the book and received them. And instead of not talking, right, the 2 women that were mentioned in the book, they went online and they were like, oh my God, I can't believe people are lying on me in a book. Everything that is said about me is not true. The other one said the same thing. Oh my God, like, I vehemently, je dément ces accusations. Everything they said, no, that's not true. And me, I was looking at them like, first of all, you should have just, and second of all, I know that it's true because I've seen you. We've seen you. But so listen, and me, listen, I'd rather keep my mouth shut because I've seen way too much from way too many people. And yeah, listen, some people that are in the Afro-Caribbean music industry, I know at least 3 people that deserve to be called out the same way that Brother Love, Diddy, Puff Daddy is not like in the sauce right now. Lord. All right, so that's the intro. Or Claudia, that's the intro. Now let's read what it's all about. Sean Combs is accused by Cassie of raping years of abuse in lawsuit. In the suit, the singer says Mr. Combs, known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, subjected her to a pattern of control and abuse over about a decade. Mr. Combs vehemently denied this allegation. Listen, this is the New York Times. So when a story like that comes out in the New York Times, this is not the Shade Room. This is the New York Times. It means that, So, Sean Combs, the producer and music mogul who has been one of the most famous names in hip-hop for decades, was sued in federal court Thursday by Cassie, an R&B singer once signed to his label, who accused Mr. Combs of rape and repeated physical abuse over a decade. In the suit filed in federal district court in Manhattan, Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, who has long been Mr. Combs' romantic partner, said that not long after she met him in 2005 when she was 19, he began a pattern of control and abuse that included plying her with drugs, beating her, and forcing her to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes while he filmed the encounters. Lord. Lords. What was I? Sorry. Give me a second. I don't even know if. Alright, good. So, forcing her to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes while he filmed the encounters. Yo. Listen, just these three. Oh, Lord. In 2018, the suit says near the end of their relationship, 2018, they stayed together that long? Near the end of their relationship, Mr. Combs forced his way into her home and raped her. After years in silence and darkness, Ms. Ventura said in a statement, "I am finally ready to tell my story and speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationship." In a response, a lawyer for Mr. Combs, Ben Brafman, said Mr. Combs vehemently denies this offensive and outrageous allegation. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite drawing her initial threat, Ms. Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Douglas Wigger, a lawyer for Ms. Ventura, said the parties had spoken before the suit was filed. Mr. Combs offered Ms. Ventura 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit, he said. She rejected his effort. 8 figures. How much is 8 figures? Let me see. I start with 2. Let's say I said 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 20 million, 10 million, something like that. Okay. 8 figures. Ms. Ventura case is the latest in a series of sexual assault civil suit filed recently against prominent men in the music industry, including Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, executive L.A. Reid, and Neil Portnow, the former head of organization between the Grammy Awards. Mr. Portnow has denied the accusation. Mr. Tyler and Mr. Reid have not responded. Combs, 54, founded Bad Boy in 93 and became one of the primary figures in the commercialization of hip-hop, working with stars like Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige. His net worth has been estimated as high as $1 billion. And last year, Forbes calculated Mr. Combs' annual earning at $90 million. attributing that amount largely to his former partnership in the liquor brand Ciroc that is owned by the spirit giant Diageo. Mr. Combs, who in his career has variously been known as Puff Daddy, Diddy, and Love, may be the most famous music executive of his generation, but the suit depicts Mr. Combs as a violent person who, beyond repeatedly assaulting Miss Ventura, asked her to carry his gun in her purse, and the suit suggests he was responsible for blowing up the car of a rival suitor. In one incident, the suit says Mr. Combs dangled a friend of Miss Ventura over the 70th floor hotel balcony. What? Whoa, damn. In naming additional defendant, the court papers assert that others who work with Mr. Combs had helped him to control Miss Ventura at times by threatening her with retribution, like suppressing her music if she did not obey his orders, or by helping to conceal his behavior. The suit, which names Mr. Combs as a number of his associate companies and defendant, including Epic Records, seek unspecified damages. According to Miss Ventura's suit, she was swept under Mr. Combs' jet-set lifestyle not long after meeting him and signing with Bad Boy, which released her debut album in 2006. But the suit said she soon began to assert an extraordinary level of command. He soon began to assert extraordinary level of command over her life. In addition to controlling her career, he paid for her car, apartments, and clothing, and even had access to her personal medical records. According to the suit, the results from an MRI scan she had for memory loss, possibly caused by drug use or by being beaten. She said she suffered from Mr. Combs, went directly to Mr. Combs. Copious amount of drugs, including ecstasy, ketamine, and urged her to take them, and often became violent, beating her multiple times each year. Damn. 2009 in Los Angeles, Mr. Suit became enraged when he saw Mr. Ventura talking to another talent agent, then pushed her into a car and kicked her repeatedly in the face, making her bleed, according to the suit. Mr. Combs then had his staff bring her to a hotel room to recuperate for a week. She asked to go home to her parents, but Mr. Combs refused. I'm your dad. Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming with my 2 guns, and I'm shooting you in the feet. The suit says after seeing the violent repercussion of rejecting Mr. Combs and the extent to which he would isolate her from her support network, Ms. Ventura felt that saying no to Mr. Combs would cost her something: her family, her friends, her career, or even her life. And though she tried to leave Mr. Combs, the suit says he sent his employees to lure her back. Listen, I know a Zouk artist that lived the exact same thing with a Zouk guy, but I'm not gonna say names. In one incident described in the court papers, Ms. Ventura says that in early 2012, Mr. Combs grew so angry about her dating the rapper Kid Cudi that he said he would blow up the rapper's car. Around that time, the suit says Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Though a spokeswoman, Kid Cudi confirmed Mr. Ventura's account that he had a car that exploded. This is all true. Damn. That's crazy. A few years into Ms. Ventura's relationship with Mr. Combs, the suit says he began coercing her to engage in a fantasy of his called voyeurism, in which she was directed to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes, while he watched, masturbated, and took pictures and shot videos. According to the suit, Mr. Combs called these encounters freak-offs, which involved costume like masquerade mask and lingerie. They continued for years, taking place at high-end hotels across the United States in Mr. Combs' homes. The suit said that he instructed Mr. Ventura to search for the website of escort services to procure male sex workers. Drugs were supplied at these events, which Ms. Ventura's suit says she took because they allowed her to dissociate during these horrific encounters. Oh Lord. Well, listen, that's a long article. Okay, that was 2 days ago. And then, where is it now? Let me see. Are they gonna, is there a search? All right. Ventura. All right, that was November 16, and then the next day, wait, let me see. All right, a day later, Cassie Ventura reaches settlement in lawsuit alleging abuse, rape by ex-boyfriend Sean Diddy Combs. Singer Cassandra Ventura, who performs under the name Cassie, has reached a settlement just 1 day after bringing a federal lawsuit in New York against musician and entrepreneur Sean Diddy Combs, in which she accused him of, etc. I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I'll have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support, Cassie said in a statement. Combs said, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." However, in a second statement provided to CBS Saturday, Ben Brafman, the attorney for Combs, said, "Just so we are clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 23, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing by Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got a mutual settlement and wishes Ms. Ventura the best. Of course, the terms of the settlement were not disclosed." And the internet is going crazy. And I mean, I understand why. Because that's some crazy shit. Well. It sounds like Requiem for a Dream, the movie. Listen, a lot of movies are based on reality. Mike is saying, "We know the truth, but I don't understand how they can find an arrangement. Money, power, respect. Who's next? Jay-Z or Damon first?" Oh my God. They will not touch Jay-Z. He's way too smart. That's why girls have to pay for dinners, clothes, and then no problem. Oh my God, you stupid. Listen, the thing is this. If somebody accuses you of something, it doesn't mean that you are guilty. That's the first thing. Listen, I remember when somebody said I was doing drugs. And then it was all over the internet, where I never even tried in my life. I remember when people said I was dead. I remember when people say I was gay. Like with celebrity, the things that you go through or whatever is said about you is multiplied by people on social media. And listen, my run at being famous, like when I was famous, and buzzing, was even before MySpace. And maybe that's a good thing, because in this era right now, we probably would make more money from the fame on the internet today. But bro, the price to pay too would be something. Now, with that said, the lawyers, they will use this tactic. Okay, first of all, one thing that has to be clear about the lawsuit here, because a lot of people in the comments, they are not understanding how it works in the US, including Americans. In the US, you have two types of lawsuits. You have criminal cases where people are accusing you of a crime, and if you are found guilty of this crime, you go to prison. And then you have civil lawsuits where even if you are found guilty, you don't go to prison. You just have to pay something. And what she filed was a civil lawsuit. Her goal was never for him to go to jail. Her goal was to get her money. And I don't see nothing wrong in that. Listen, especially if she went through everything she went through. I cannot say, because I was not there with them, if everything that she said happened. I cannot say that if everything that she said happened with her consentment or not, because I was not there again. But if she believes that she's been the victim for all this time, and as a good American, she doesn't care if you go to jail, she just wants to receive compensation for everything she went through, well, and she's like, yo, listen, at least give me 30 M's so that me and my family could live in peace forever. I can't blame her. I mean, a lot of women are angry at her, and a lot of men too. A lot of people in the comments are angry because you say all this and you settle quick. Yeah, listen, I did all this. My goal was to get money. My goal was not, listen. Yeah, but what about speak for the victims? Listen, you speak for you, I speak for me. You have your outcome, I have mine. I don't hate what you did. Personally, go girl. Especially if you went through all this. Yeah, listen, at least, all these people, and listen, somebody from up there. And listen, it's a tactic. When you use the media, you use the New York Times and places like this to be able to do your thing. Oh yeah, of course. This is clearly listen, this is clearly a strategy to be able to qu'est-ce que tu veux, toi? Qu'est-ce que tu veux, toi? Wallah, qu'est-ce que tu veux? Hein? On t'entend pas. Oh, attends, c'est moi qui t'ai muté, bouge pas. C'est moi qui t'ai muté ou pas? Non, c'est pas moi, c'est toi qui t'es muté tout seul. Voilà. Wait, let me see. Ah, what about now? Say something.
Tu vois. Toujours à vouloir accuser les autres.
C'est important. L'accusation, c'est
Oui,
important.
comprends. C'est important. Essaie de régler ma colorimétrie, là, mon cher Segon.
Ma colorimétrie. These guys, they come to your show and they have a bunch of... Mais c'est ça d'habituel. Qu'est-ce qui
Non,
va
faut
pas?
changer parce que t'as vu, les lights ont changé.
I'm sorry. Les lights ont changé. You want yourself more warm?
Ben oui, toi aussi. Tu es quand même quelqu'un de l'image. Pas besoin. I don't need to tell you these things.
Alright, listen. You better like this. Look at you. Yeah, you're looking good.
Ah, wow. What a day, man. Comment, Club Shada?
We're here,
Back.
bro. We're here.
Today is not the best day.
I know.
Ish.
How was
That took me some time.
how was it?
How's what?
What you just did? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
okay. It was
Listen.
very good, actually. It was
Again, like I
very-
said,
very relaxing.
yeah. Listen, I was with you on the phone as we were learning the passing of Sarah. And yeah, listen. Again, rest in peace. Rest in peace to Sarah.
Vraiment, que son âme repose en paix.
Yeah, this is
45.
crazy. 45. That's young.
Mon-
So I was telling people about the whole Didi versus Cassie suit that's settled already, and I was explaining to people that her goal was never to put him in jail. It's not like the R. Kelly case, for example. It's more a case where it's a civil suit. She was trying to get compensation from the beginning. And so she got what she wanted. Now the question is, why not give her the money way before? And make her sign an NDA. So an NDA, for those who don't know, is a non-disclosure agreement where you agree that you will never speak about the situation, you will never write a book, not a movie, not interviews, etc. So you're done. You cannot talk about it anymore. If not, the law will go against you. And I believe that because he didn't want to give her whatever she wanted 30 million. She went public with it. And then probably somebody up there at Epic or whoever he has a deal with told him, my friend, fix that now. Yeah, but fix it now. We don't care. We don't want to know. You are fucking up our money. And if you don't want us to put you away, we don't care how much money you have. You know, I think you make 100 million a year, something like that. If you want that money to be divided by 10, continue like that. Yeah, but she says, give her money. Settle, maybe you give it in settlements of 5 millions in the next 6 years, or in 3 times. You just pay 10, 10, 10, or whatever. Give her what she's asking.
Yeah.
So yeah. What is your opinion?
Well,
What
I
do you
mean-
think she did that?
I always have an issue with anyone coming after the fact, but I do understand the reasons why. I mean, when you're dealing with somebody so powerful, with so much influence, so much leverage, so much protection as well, because you got to remember that this guy is, he's contributing to a lot of people's bills, and so they don't want to mess with their bread, and they surely are not going to allow you or anyone to come and stay and stand in between um, their bread and the provider of the bread. So I feel like, anyways, in that kind of world, I mean, for the fact that we know a little bit about it, even though we don't. Mamadalia, bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. Mike Phoenix, what do you do? What do you do?
Tell Mike to stop sending me masters and just send me the final version of the song so we can release it. I don't understand these people just sending you 1,000 masters. Yeah, continue.
He needs to work on his on the fluidity of his workflow. You just made me lost my train of thoughts.
You were saying that you understand when somebody is dealing with somebody that is that powerful.
Yeah, it's not easy, man. Yeah, and because of the fact that we are who we are, and even though we don't dwell with such kind of people in an intimate way, but we do understand how these kind of things work. We've found ourselves in individually in specific settings that were quite questionable with people of certain magnitude, and sometimes you say something because you're like, this is just not making any sense. But then quickly you realize that you are the outcast of the group, and quickly you realize that this is no place you want to be in and associated with. So, I'm pretty sure that this woman has come to the realization that surely, after maybe getting the support of her new partner, the father of her two kids, and maybe creating around her a new set of friends and just I guess a new entourage, making her feel safe. She probably felt comfortable now to speak up and speak out. And it is factual that even though he is not found guilty of anything, it's just allegations for now. He's not been prosecuted by any courts.
No, and he's going to stay allegations.
Unfortunately,
It's going to stay allegation because now it's closed.
exactement. But since it is closed, and it is closed in a record time, and it is verifiable that there's been so many testimonies with the other woman that he's been with before her, or in the meantime, or as he was with her, whatever. Well, the corpses are coming out, man. And you add to that, as we're having a conversation about it, you and I, the Tupac situation. It is not looking good, man. I mean, I've respect to the guy, the artist, for what he's done. He's a great A&R, you name it, man, showman, whatever. But as a human, he's always made me feel like he had something dark about him. But again, who doesn't? And everybody has their own kink. It's just that some kink are just like, not judging, but like kind of judging, especially if you start beating a woman.
No.
You cannot, like, it's one thing to have your kinks, but then it's another to start beating on the woman, and it's messed up.
Yeah, no, listen, I've seen what drugs, money, and power can do to somebody. We've seen firsthand, not only in politics, but also in our field. We've met people who drugs and money and fame just screw them up. It's not the first person that we've seen or we heard about that. And listen, in our in our level, it is like small in our level. In our level, it's like you have to divide by 10,000 the amount of fame, the amount of power, the amount of money, the amount of the size of the mansions, the size of the boats. So if some people that make just 1,000 every week can go as crazy, imagine people who make 10 million.
Sky's the
Like,
limit, I guess.
then after that, yeah, listen, this can.
And
It's always
unfortunately, when you make that kind of money, the people around you will make you feel like there is indeed no limits to
Yeah.
what it is you can do.
because they will give you, they will bring you the drugs you need, the alcohol you need, the girls you need, or the guys you need, and they will provide you with the discretion you need. And when stuff happen, the same assistants will take care of your woman and make sure she's fine. And listen, I've seen it. I've seen it before. I've seen it before where when you talk to these people, they like, I know, and then they're still there. And then maybe one day you talk to them and you try to help them out of the situation, and you are paying. You pay for that. And because that person is so powerful that they make you pay. And then after that, these people go back to that person and they don't speak to you, as if you were trying to fuck up the relationship. And then after that, you're like, well, listen, there's nothing I can do. Like, I mean, I've been there before where I'm like, yeah, guys, like, trying to help you out, trying to help you in your career, but at a point, there's nothing I can do if you don't wake up and realize that, yeah, listen. And you know, it's interesting because people in the comments, they don't know what it is to be famous. They don't know what it is to be rich. They don't know what it is to be with somebody that is rich and to feel like you're in a golden cage. It's a cage, but it's golden. It's not just a cage. It's golden too. So you think of your life before, and everybody's telling you that it's better to be in your life of before. But listen, if you like the diamonds, you like the jets, you like the this, the that, you might convince yourself that the bad moments are just bad moments. And in the scope of, listen, to me, in 10 years, one beating is one beating too much. But you can convince yourself that, listen, in 10 years, he beat me up 20 times. It's twice a year. It's not that. The rest of the time I was happy. The rest of the time there was good moments, and he was gentle and he said sorry. Like, people will justify it to themselves, and not only the victims will justify it to themselves, but also the perpetrators would also justify it to themselves, say sorry 1,000 times. Oh my God.
I didn't mean to hurt you. You know, I love you. You know, there's nothing I would do to hurt you. And then, you know, hey, if you think about it, and the description, the analysis that can be provided on this kind of behaviors from him and many other men, they have a tendency, they have a level of esteem about themselves that is just not making any sense. I mean, if you look at old videos of him going into a tantrum of like, I did whatever the F I want, I'm a savage. It's like, dude, like, you know, like, and you're a father of I don't know how many kids. What kind of example are you setting? You sound erratic, and every time the guy's at a certain age, and he acts in a way, and it makes, and I think I understand why a man like him he's a charismatic dude at the end of the day, you know. I mean, if he was to sit across the room from us or whatever, like, you would feel his aura, you feel his energy just like anyone who can feel our energy and aura, whatever. But like, there's certain people move with certain kind of energy. All of us, we have something about us that presents ourselves to others who may not know us, but they just can identify you with a certain kind of vibration. And his vibration is threatening. You know, it's threatening. I'm pretty sure, but also there's a weird thing. It's a threatening thing. If you strip the fame and you just look at the vibration, even though I haven't met him, never met him, but for what you get when you walk into places, you observe how people move and stuff. There's no that brother love doesn't sound convincing at all. There's nothing that exudes a sentiment of love about this guy. I'm sorry. I mean, you know, he certainly loves these people, whatever, but something about him makes me cringe a little bit, you know. And especially when you see all the testimonies, unfortunately, of these women, and you see that, for example, Cassie just settled the case for 30 million. It's like in the end, so money's
We don't know how much.
money's gonna somehow make up for all this trauma that you went through, and you probably have conveyed onto your kids as a result of you probably not dealing with that accordingly. So now, okay, you made 30 million. Anyway, I'm not judging, and you should make the money if you can, but it's just like your self-esteem, you know, like, I don't know, man. Americans are different. I'm not American, and I just know that I guess, you know, I guess I could be much farther in life, and I accepted and wanted to partake in certain kind of sauterie, but that's just, you know, I'm cool, man. I need to be able to wake up every day and look at myself in the mirror and feel like, you know, I'm good. You know.
Well, you know, I've known some artists that they've been acting erratic for every time there was a show, every time there was people around us, or if we were like 10 artists in the VIP in a festival, and then you're gonna see them like arrive full of energy, then do some push-ups before performing, and then like, yeah, we got them, I'm the best, and then you're like, why? And you're gonna be like, it's strange because when this guy's in my house and we are working on something, the guy is just a great person. He's calm, he's collected, he's focused. And then when we are there before the show, these guys are just full of just being too much. And I remember always saying to myself, this is probably because there's a public. That's what I always say to myself. But now I understand. It was drugs. They were on coke. And I didn't know. And I went back to a lot of situations. And I was like, oh shit. That guy was le nez enfariné. And so if we take account that what she alleges, because listen, she could be saying or exaggerating a bunch of stuff, or she could be saying stuff that happened, but she was a participant. We don't know. But she could use all that to be able to settle the case because she knows what she has on him. So at a point, a guy like this, if every time there was a problem, you could put money. You could money money in the problem, and the problem would disappear. Like she's telling something where one day he beat him up in an elevator, and he paid 50,000.
He beat her up, particularly. He beat him up.
No, he beat her up in the elevator, and the people from the hotel called and said, "Yeah, it seems like there's a problem." And he just paid them. He just paid them
$50,000.
$50,000 to forget it. And you know, in the U.S., money, man, We don't have the same laws as well in France, in Portugal, in Europe, where once you are a victim, the state will go on whether you agree or not. There can be those type of cases where of course the case will need you to collaborate as a victim, and if you don't, this might go to nothing. But they will not stop there. Where in the US, their system is so different, and their individualism and their love for money is so different than our idea is that if you're a victim, the person has to pay. When their idea is if I'm a victim, I want my check. And once I have my check, I'll take care of myself with my psychologist, my shrine, my guru, and my ayahuasca. So it's a different way of seeing things, and I think she had what she wanted. She had her revenge. She seriously put a dent in the armor in a way
For
that
sure.
a lot of people, they're like, yo,
It's gonna stay
because
forever. That's like
yeah,
no
because
other
there's been
woman could have done what she's done to him.
some people will defend him because yeah, there's no proof, but some people will say, yo, listen, there's been rumors forever. And now, listen, if you go to any of the posts right now, it's going to be like this for 2 weeks, and then something else will
Well,
happen.
And you're
But-
right. Though. The thing is that at the end of the sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Kelampuri. But then, bonjour Emmanuel, nous t'avons vu. Body fait semblant, mais on t'a vu. So, what was I saying? I was just about to say, to end it, that
The love for money and the way people and the things, and the dent in the armor of Ziggy.
yeah, she not only she had that, so she it was a tactic that is used always. But now you're gonna have a bunch of people who are not gonna believe her, or gonna put her in the same spot where you had especially in a world where you had the Amber Heard who tried and failed, the world where people are pissed at women like Jada Pinkett, the places where people are pissed at women like
But you can't really compare the cases too, though.
no, it's not. I'm just talking about a feeling. But at least for her, she really went to where she needed to go. Now she can go back to disappearing like she wanted, because she might not even want to be, she might just be happy in her super support system. And listen, it doesn't mean that she doesn't like the money. Doesn't mean that.
If she didn't like the money, she would have not continued with that guy's lifestyle and being treated the way she was treated. Because at the end of the day, yes, you can say that, she's been desecrated, whatever, but you still accepted to do these things. I didn't have a choice. I mean, you always have a choice. Now, I understand certain situations make it so that you feel like you don't have a choice. So, yes, you don't have a choice. But then you're like, it's easier said for you because you're a man and she's a woman. Like, dude, at the end of the day, that excuse also doesn't necessarily always hold ground. It can explain, but it doesn't always hold ground, because even as a man, you can find yourself in a position where no matter how strong, how charismatic, how whatever you are, if within a peculiar setting, things are not in your favor, you might accept certain things to happen to you in a certain way that you would never in other circumstances. So I can understand that circumstantially,
we've been there.
Things may feel like a certain way, but yeah, no doubt. But and you're right though. But you're right. I mean, the truth of this whole thing is very much is very much that you're in a golden prison. That's the end of it all. And I mean, if you look at rich kids, they parents looking out for everything. Like, why would they have the incentive to go and risk their lives working on on trying to create a sort of validation from others that, well, they don't really need. I mean, they're more than happy to be living the life that their parents are providing them. So imagine if that example holds ground. Imagine now if you are the woman of a very powerful man, and we're not even like talking about some, just little small thing. The guy has a private jet. He can, after beating the hell out of you, offers you the most expensive jewelry, then gives you a Lamborghini or whatever kind of car it may be, then flies you wherever you want to go. And it's like,
Say I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Gives you 1,000 flowers just for that day. It's like, oh my God, this is love. I know he's wounded. It's not his fault. This poor guy, he had a trouble of bringing. Yeah, please fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Like, at a certain point, none of this holds ground, man. I'm a traumatized guy. And if you really think about it, every time there's a scandal about him or something that happens, he creates a new persona. All of a sudden,
he has
he
a new
changes
name.
names, he changes identity. Now it's brother love. It's all about love. It's all about love. Like, yo, bro, there's no such thing as love when you're being accused of killing somebody as important as Tupac, or at least having had a role to play. Now,
It's not
your
accused.
lawyer,
It's just somebody's.
who's
I mean,
had
this.
somehow his hands into it. But,
Yeah, that's
now it's
another.
not, it's another thing. But
That's a
at
lot
the
of
end of the
things.
day, look, it's like
That's a lot of things.
You can play it off. You can try to act like none of this is rubbing off of you, but like when things start adding up like that, it is, Papa Kaysha. C'est un problème vraiment. No, man, nobody needs that kind of stress. I don't want to be him right now, But again, it's Diddy. He's gonna come out of it. Whatever happens, he's gonna come out of it. He's gonna be, yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna work it out.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna find a way as he always do. It's just that is really yeah. Listen, prayers for everybody. I mean, I always try to keep a skeptic eye, and yeah, again, always see both point of views. She could really just have pulled a good blackmail move and say, yo, listen, I did a lot of shit with you and I was happy to do it or whatever, but this time when you beat me up and these things, you're gonna pay.
Yeah.
That's completely possible. And now I'm just gonna bring everything. And listen, when my cousin divorced, the thing that his wife said, I was like, what? But yeah, listen, when you were trying to,
I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. But le problème ici est que even that doesn't hold grounds because other women have testified or at least have shared their stories, which are rather
it's not a
similar.
testimony.
C'est pas testimony. It's
He has it. No, he
sharing
has a
of their
history.
story.
He has a
He has a
history.
history, man. Yeah,
It's
he
just
does.
that, yeah, there's a history. So yeah, listen.
Like if I had but hey, you know what? As much as we say all of that, women love bad boys, man, and he's a bad boy for life. So what you gonna do? It's like, yeah, you can be dressed with the most expensive things, whatever, behave this, laugh, that, but you're always gonna be a bad boy, So it's okay. Because there seems to be women who love it, and people who are willing to facilitate it.
So in the chat, tell us what you think about the whole situation. Do you believe Cassie? Do you believe Diddy, Puff Daddy? Do you are you in the middle? Do you believe that she should have went till the end and not go for the money, but really go to trial and expose everything? or do you believe that it's already so shameful to expose the things you did and that somebody had you do? Because when you listen, saying that, yo, that guy had me find some male prostitute and film me and take photos of me getting
Drilled.
trained by these guys. Like, this is like when you already have kids, you go and you say those things, they're gonna stay. You see what I mean? So
As a child,
like,
it's like, there's no me. I'm a realist, man. I'm sorry. Like I can love you, you're my boy, whatever. If you fuck up, I will tell you fucked up. And in this case like that, I'm the kind of child. If this is my parent, you're gonna hate me because I will be like, no, I can't smell you right now. You stink. Your shit stinks. Oh,
yeah,
you
but
judge me. Your shit stinks, bro. Like this is some messed up shit. And when I was looking at some of but that's just personal opinion. Everybody does what they want to do,
yeah,
and it's okay. But my opinion, nobody asked mine, but I'm sharing it anyway. At a certain point, quand tu as un certain âge, when you reach a certain age in life,
yeah,
there's a certain attitude you need to carry, especially when you have kids. Yeah, because your behavior is tainting on them, and they will continue pursuing the kind of
listen,
opportunities that will allow them to perpetuate the kind of attitude that you presented to them. It's an education.
yes, but you are coming from the point of view of somebody who's educated.
That's true.
You are educated a certain way, and the people who educated you, listen, and even I know people who have been educated the same way as me and with way more money, they still ended up being pieces of shit. But at least you have a certain set of values. Even the worst people that I knew, I'm talking about people that back in Congo were powerful. Like, they could kill somebody and nothing would happen to them. When they were talking to my mom, they would look in the floor because they knew who was who, and we had a certain level of education that even if somebody was a maid, if she was older than us, she was not under us. We were raised like this. We were raised with, listen, very busy parents, but when the maid told you something, you wouldn't talk to the maid as if, listen, even here at 5-year-old or at 10-year-olds, I have like 1,000 times the money you have. You would still get beaten up by the maid. So it gives you a certain level of education and respect for your elders. All this, we have this. So there's a lot of things that we would not accept. There's a lot of things that we would not let pass. But it's because we have that education. But a lot of these people in America are new money. They're new rich. They don't have education. A lot of them don't have education. Same thing for a lot of people that we know that they went from having nothing in Africa to becoming big football players. And all of a sudden they have a lot of money. And just their head just explode with the possibility of everything that they can do. And they start just going crazy. So listen, once you arrive there, you're 54, you have 7 kids from I don't know how many women. The one you're supposed to have married, she's dead. You have 3 kids with her. You have one with that one. You have another one with this one. And then you just have a new one with that one. Well, you have when your girlfriend is that one. And like your whole the whole thing is like, yeah, I do what I want. And it's a money thing. With the money I have, I'm going to do what I want. And in comparison, you're going to take somebody like Jay-Z, for example, who comes from crime, but slowly turned his whole image. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have skeletons, but he turned his whole thing. And it's not somebody who says, it's not, I was born with dreadlocks being a Basquiat guy. No, he's somebody, listen, he might have killed people. We don't know. Nobody will ever know, right? But he slowly turned himself around to really becoming a business owner, somebody that has one wife for the last, I don't even know how long he's been with Beyonce, but it's just them. And listen, yeah, there's been the Lemonade, there's been allegation of him having stories with other people, kids outside stuff, but you don't see these people. The Becky with the good hair from Lemonade, nobody knows who's that person is. Because as a unit, they made sure that what they want to represent to the world is more important than anything else. And they educated themselves, and you're not gonna have you're not gonna have somebody coming out of nowhere. Listen, and these people will come from everywhere, but nobody will take them seriously because of the way they have been presenting themselves to the world. They don't talk in social media. They don't respond to people. They don't even respond to when their fans are going crazy. The Beehive, they don't even say nothing. They're just there. They have kids. Everybody know what blue looks like. Nobody don't even know how the two twins look like. All these things, it's a mystique that they created, and at the same time, they are just moving money, making billions, both of them. And it doesn't mean that at home it's perfect, but it looks way more solid. So that if anybody come and say something, any allegation, yeah, it might be sensational or oh my God, but because they will not say nothing, it will just go away. When you take a problem of Sean Combs is that the last 30 years, there's been rumors and rumors and rumors and rumors and rumors, and the woman that you should have married, you didn't marry her, and she was there giving you kids, and then you were with this one, and then she was still there, and then she dies, and you there, and then you with another one, and you walk with that one, then you have a kid with another one. Like, it's so messy. Your empire is so messy. You have kids with so many different people that if somebody arrives and they can make the whole thing be unbalanced because of the way it is presented and the way you just created your thing out of, yeah, I do what I want, I don't care. And I have like multiple girls at the same time, and yeah, that's where it's easier to make whatever you build shake. And then you have the third type of case where, for example, Will Smith and Jada, where it's Jada herself that made everything shake because she was just tired of that image they were presenting, and she decided to just bazooka everything. And now, yeah, because of them,
and now they're suing people.
Now they're suing people when people are coming, best friends saying, yeah, we used to. So I believe that when people are telling me, yeah, people are gonna come for Nas or for Jay, I'm like, nah, these people probably took care of every loose hand long time ago. And when she ran away with her body trainer, that's when he knew it was over, that's when what he should have made sure that she would sign all types of NDAs and receive whatever she was supposed to receive per year so that she would be fine. If he told her, I don't know how long they've been separated, but let's say 5 years. If 5 years ago he told her, listen, for the next 10 years, I'm gonna give you 1 million every 6 months for 10 years. And then after that, we square. Everything would have been, and I say 1 million, even 500,000, Okay, yeah, but then I want this house and that house, and then the apartment you bought me, put them in my name. Okay, listen, everything I bought for you is yours. Plus, I'm gonna give you X amount per year, so you can, for all your expenses and then, yeah, listen.
But even
good
that
luck.
would have not been a good idea, because since she said that he has the capacity to, he told
get
her
in.
that he had the capacity to eliminate and to, take away any problems that might stand in between them and stuff. Like, hey,
No, I
dude, this is
understand,
some
but
serious
listen.
things, man. Like, you don't want to be next to somebody like that. Hey,
No,
give me the
listen.
money, I'm out.
At a point, even if somebody is threatening you of things, there's a difference between threatening people and
Doing them.
once it's over, starting to do things where maybe you change your keys, you have cameras and stuff, and you can have proof of assault. So at a point, even the crazy people, sometimes they're gonna say to themselves, okay, it's over. Now, in the end, as I always say, you didn't do it this way, and now you're still gonna have to pay, I don't know, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, 25 million, who knows?
C'est joli,
Ça
hein, les
compliqué.
couleurs dans ton studio là. Vraiment, j'aime beaucoup le setting.
Merci.
There's something very like I like the like I saw the blue right behind you with the orange, red, and then the green, and then the fuchsia. On point. Et puis là, quand avec maintenant la lumière de ta caméra là.
What is amazing is now you have an app where you can set up, I don't know if you can see, all your different colors. So for example, this one that I'm using, is this one? Yeah, it's this one. For example, this one that I'm using, as you can see, here you have all the different things, and here you have, and here you can choose the colors, and when you define the colors, you have swaps, or you have a color wheel like this, and you just decide, you just design your different sets of colors, and then you can save them. So all these round things are the different settings. For example, if I click here, see, or if I click here, or the one I'm using, I think is Actarus. Yeah. So sometimes I'm just gonna spend my weekend designing my lights, and I'm just thinking of getting more lights, so that I can because I believe that this part here, there's something missing. I'm not like, I wish I had a neon or something, but that's the door to my clothes, my wardrobe. But if I could put something maybe on top here, that would be nice. That would do, maybe that would end the studio, and it looks great, new setup, new logo, new intro, etc, etc.
Yeah.
CBBs, what's up, man?
What it
So
do?
yeah, before we go, it's been a long time since you haven't been on Club Shada, so I just wanted to know, how was Africa? Or
Yeah, it was good.
how was your homeland?
10 years since I had not been there, man. So it was very very good. It was very impressive, warm welcome, and heartwarming for sure. The land is, Bangui is, people say what they say, but Bangui is moving. The people are trying to make things happen. The diaspora is moving back, or at least doing lots of like, back and forth, building houses, investing in businesses, trying to really bring back dynamism and a different outlook on the country, and specifically Bangui, the city, the capital city. Man, it will take us another 30 minutes to go through the whole journey, but it was profound, man. It was profound. I met with, I was received by the authorities, Ministry of Culture, etc. I mean, it was very, very, very powerful, very powerful. Being recognized for all my work. I didn't know I was known like that in the country. I actually had no expectations whatsoever. But when I arrived, I was like, oh snap, this is completely unexpected. So it was a very humbling journey, and it was one intense week for the TE Festival. Big shout out to Idil Mamba who put it together, and allowed me to really bring forth also the full potential of my knowledge and skills by providing some class. Opened another side of my skill set by tutoring a couple of great artists as well, young DJs, not so young DJs, artists, painters, etc. Managers that came attended my workshop at the Alliance Française, which was a success. 3 days of 3 hours each, very intensive, very, very detailed. It felt good, man. It felt good. I embraced some other aspects of my skill set that, I tapped into because of this festival, because of what it meant. But also, when you start believing more in yourself, more in your capacities to do things that you didn't know were possible. I think that's been one of the amazing highlights of this day and this journey, is that what it has helped bring to life in me is worth much more than anyone could have told me it would, if anyone had ever told me what it would bring. It's deep, it's profound, it's enriching. Yeah.
I would have done Monday quality talks about the whole journey. Listen, I
Yeah,
even
I'm
believe
thinking of
that
doing it because Monday's tomorrow, right? So that's what I'm
I
thinking.
really believe that you could do not only one but a few of them, where one about you, what it meant for you as a as a as a as a son of the land, and a heir to the empire. That would be a whole episode. Then what it meant to you as an artist, with the whole festival, with the people that you met, with the artistic side of it. Then another episode would be the country, the city, the different diasporas, the people that are there, the Russians, the French, the how the whole from inside, what you've seen, and after all these documentaries that we've been seeing, like that would be a third episode, and I believe a fourth episode would be a panel with participants from that festival, where you would go back to the whole thing and invite maybe a local artist and two of the people from that organization, and brainstorm and have that whole conversation about it. Like That's a lot of content that you could do just from.
Definitely, definitely. I agree with you, and but it's with Monday Quality Talks, I've been having a bit of a creative block for some time now, as you know. I would do it on and off because the truth is that I am not confident about the show and how I'm doing it, and uh, it's mostly the aesthetic around the show that bothers me. I still am yet to find and wrap my head around what I'm trying to do aesthetically. I'm also not satisfied with the lights, with the settings. There's a lot of things that I'm aspiring to great things, but then I have to also be realistic with the fact that I need to take my time and build something as I go. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I think all of this I'm saying is actually potentially excuses, and I just need to just get my ass to it and start working and doing the do. So I think the latter is definitely what I'm going to be doing. But you're right. I think relating the experience as it was.
Listen, that's a lot of
And
content.
I have a documentary actually. I shot a documentary while I was there, so I'm going to be releasing the documentary. I'm narrating the documentary. Most likely, I'm going to receive the footage tomorrow, and I'm going to be narrating, and then yeah,
Oh yeah, listen, I believe that
it's work.
I believe that even, for example, the same way I created that, for example, with for Sarah, rest in peace. Like, imagine that you have photos that are just like this, and you are narrating, the what goes with the images as you are explaining your thing. As if you prepare yourself a little bit,
Definitely
for
prepare
a
a
lot
proper
of
show.
people, yeah, listen, that's, and even just the conversation, something I've been planning to do for a long time. I didn't do it yet, but I want to do something with inviting like a few ladies and do a full panel with them. It's something that I'm really thinking of doing soon, because that could be fun. And also, yeah, inviting artists to have conversation, to continue having those conversations. I think it's very important. Even if there's always stuff to talk about, I also believe that it's important to continue
Yeah,
to exchange on ideas and just have conversations about music in general, about and broaden. But also, yeah, I want to have people that I can have conversations about Congo, about stuff, that different things that matter, where sometimes you just need people that are very knowledgeable about a situation and the context, so you can ask the right question and have an interesting conversation with people. Because people believe that because you're a celebrity, you know everything. Sometimes no, but you know enough people that you can learn about a lot of things. So yeah, I really believe that the fact that you went there and listen, we've been talking since I've known you about you returning there, and I remember, like, in the beginning it was out of a question. There was a lot of fear, and then now that you went,
no,
and
they
you
were
came back.
justified fears. They were justified
Yeah,
fears,
sure.
unfortunately, but they got dissipated with time, and yeah, but yeah, they
Yeah,
were justified,
and
unfortunately.
now that you've been there and you've seen the potential and stuff, I believe that's
There was concern for my security. There was concern for my security and my livelihood. Well, I would have been there at the wrong time, and there would have definitely been serious concern had I went too early.
No,
so
but now that
was the right time to go.
yeah, now that you went at the right time, and that you've seen, and that now you have a lot of things to tell. You have a lot of things to, yeah, there's a lot of things to to talk about that I believe that either by yourself or in conversation with somebody that maybe would ask you the questions. Yeah, I believe that it's something that on a MQT would be great. What about Quarantine Grooves? It
Yeah,
seems
same
like
thing. You know, I'm seeing, I've again, you know, both shows. I am trying to reformulate my approach to them. Definitely, Quarantine Grooves, turning it into Clandestinos, as in changing the name to Clandestinos, and making it a monthly or bi-monthly show, trying to figure out what I'll be doing with that. But definitely not mixing as much and focusing more on trying to bring the show in different settings. So, for example, recording the show in a specific environment. So, right now, this is one of my plans. I'm about to be traveling to Gambia for a week. I'm going to be
oh
attending a
nice.
festival. So I'm going to be trying to do a pre-recorded quarantine groups from Gambia, from the hotel I'm going to be staying at for this festival, the Fajara Festival. So, you know, trying to create things like that and sort of like really emphasize on this initial idea that, you know, we were talking about years ago during COVID of collaborating with certain hotels and letting them know, look, you know, let's make this happen, let's do this, you know, trying to figure this thing out. And yeah, so I am really in the moment of rebranding myself completely as far as like and repurposing the shows and figuring out a way where I can actually not only just make, for example, quarantine groups just about DJing, but having like, for example, purely DJ oriented conversations, you know, educational ones, you know. But I could also do that through Monday Quality Talks, which is a program just like yours where we just talk about any and every topic that we dominate through our knowledge or seek knowledge from those who are more obviously informed on than us, and then, you know, help not only educate ourselves but also educate or bring about awareness to our, you know, viewers. So trying to figure it out, man. But you know, that's why the conversations are good. We were talking about it, suggesting ideas, rebranding visually, new logos, everything. I'm trying to really like, you know, yeah, just reorganize everything and then stick to the plan. But it takes time. As you know, we were doing so many different things. Vilmaro!
Lil Maro, straight from Guada,
On go get, l'île Marron, on go get. L'homme se promène en
Guadeloupe.
short, se pavane. Guada, Guada.
Pendant que nous souffrons ici.
Vraiment, dans les brumes.
Indeed, indeed, CV Beats.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is just heartbreaking.
All right, bro. How long have you been? Have I been online? An hour and 43.
2
I
hours.
was trying to only do 1 hour, but these days I keep pushing. But the good thing is normally I would start in 15 minutes. At least, you see, even if I do 2 hours, I'm good now. So it's a good time for me. I like it. Well, Shada gang, put some Rambos in the chat if you enjoy the conversation. And yeah, listen. Again, rest in peace, Sara Tavares. And yeah, listen, I'm gonna leave you with next week. I will do a remix listening session, but I'm gonna give you one track that that is part of that. But buddy, thank you so much for being part, and peace out.
Thank you.
As always, this show is brought to you by ShadaWare.com, the gods of good fortune. Thanks to our new stream royalty, Mr. Mike Phoenix. And I'm gonna leave you with this remix of my track, Showstopper, remixed by Paulo Pequeno. And I will see you Wednesday. Peace. Kaysha.
showstopper, showstopper, mine. Every little things you do, ooh, got me falling in love with you. I wish you could be my lady. The situation got me crazy. I wanna climb to step two, baby, would you let me in? Oh, go call me Sangakyo. I imagine you touching me like that. My mind sees you loving me like that. Oh, yeah, go, mama. Oh, yeah, go, lady Sanga. Oh, oh, oh. Sweet up on my love, all the ways that you feeling me. Feeling me, yeah. Feeling me, so. Mama, so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Killing it is everything. Showstopper. Killing it is everything. Showstopper. You're so beautiful. I can't help but only fall in love. Killing it is everything. Showstopper. Killing it is everything. Showstopper. Soak it up for my love, all the ways that you feeling me. You're feeling me, every day I reminisce the first time that I bumped into you. Soak it up for my love, all the ways that you feeling me. Every day I reminisce the first time that I bumped into you. So beautiful. Hey, hey. Killing it is everything. Showstopper. Killing it is everything. You a showstopper. You're so beautiful. I can't help but have a crush on you. Killing it is everything.